I didn't expect that to be so bright.
It was like actually right pointed at my eyes right then.
Give yourself some light.
Hi!
Hi!
You could kill somebody with this.
Yeah, that's why I keep it in the car. It's a weapon.
I am in the Dauntless faction now, motherfuckers, even though I am fat and short.
You're gauntlets!
I'm gonna get a tattoo of something and then go play Farmville. Oh no! Then I'll be Divergent!
I look like Edge the wrestler if he was a drag queen.
I look like me.
Guess what we saw?
We saw... What did we see?
We saw, Insurgent, the sequel to Divergent.
I hope the next one's gonna be called Lady and Gent.
No, the best thing about it, the third one, is it's called Allegiant, and some old lady called the bookshop, like, right before I left the country, and she's like, you have that new book, Allergic? And it took me, like, 10 minutes to figure out what the hell she was talking about.
Lol.
So we saw a shitty film. Oh, just one thing. The tattoos aren't tattoos.
You're not?
They're electro burns. They're like... It's, in the first one you see them being done, they like put a stencil on you, then rub a cloth over it with that electric shocks your skin, and that's it.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Well,
Omega didn't see Divergent, which was
I did see the
possibly
Backseat
wise.
critique of it,
It was possibly wise.
yeah, it's you probably saved yourself a cinema trip. It was shit.
This one, okay, very quick review from each of us. This was just as stupid as the first. Well, I can't tell if this was less stupid, more stupid, or just as stupid as the first one. There was much stupidity abounding.
Is it my turn now?
Yes.
This was the story of Katniss Everdeen, the Divergent Maze Runner.
In the twilight of her life.
In the twilight of her life, yes.
This was the story of a young girl who's so plain but so special. And
My vagina is so special. Every penis wants it, you guys. Everyone wants my magical vagina. Okay.
But she's so plain but so special, and everybody's like, "You're special," and she's like,
I don't want to be
"But I'm
special.
plain and I hurt inside." And then she's like, "Why is everybody looking at me? I'm just special."
I'm so very special. Oh, fucking love me. I'm special. Oh my god, seriously. Evil. But so yeah, but is that the pre-spoiler part?
This movie was shit.
It was the Pyramid was better than this, because the Pyramid was basically, we're a shit horror movie, but this was like had aspirations of glory, which were.
This is. I can't tell if it's less stupid than the Maze Runner, but it's less fun than the Maze Runner.
No, because the Maze Runner was good up until the last 15 minutes.
Well, the Maze Runner, you knew that it was not going to make sense.
Right.
So I was prepared.
Like this was the ending that Maze Runner deserved.
But not
No.
the ending it needed right now.
But it would have been closer.
No.
It would have been closer than what
No.
we got. No, don't you know it, me?
No.
It would have been closer than what we got in Maze Runner. I mean, I'm just saying.
But it'd be
Audience, back me up in the comments.
Now there's going to be complaints.
Yeah. I started complaining in the first 5 minutes, I tell you what.
The first thing, if you've watched our original review, we've described the factions and shit. There needs to be a new faction called Haircutless, because
Yes!
this girl is like nipple long hair.
Hair cuttery.
Yes!
And she's
I
like
love
on
haircutting.
a random rustic farm, and she sees like this pair of blunt scissors, and she's like,
There's a flashback to her mum, and she's like,
Then she's got this feathered layered.
no, it looks like with the sticky up parts and the highlights.
She cuts the hair. She goes like that, and then we cut to these birds crying and start flying
It was
off.
great. Like, not her hair. It's so very
no!
special.
And she has-
Her hair is so special.
She has the perfect androgynous haircut that I want.
I know. If only I could get my hair to do that. I want. Say I go to Whispers of the Diamond. I want to like bring up like a promo picture, be like that. Do that.
They don't do plastic surgery
Shush.
there.
I want to look. I want my hair to do those tricks.
Except
those,
I want my head, the size of my head, to fit my body.
Here are so many pounds. Make it happen. Because this. Look at. I could be that. But
And they'd be like, "Oh no, you need to go to Supercuts."
Oh, I go to Supercuts. I just go to Whispers because it's there.
It's so stupid film.
It was so bad. Okay, so here's the thing. It's My Little Teen Dystopia again.
Again.
And everyone's really hot except for, like, this bit of smudge of soot on their face. And
They've all got perfect American white teeth.
yeah, and he's like, gee, with his teeth. And I'm like, how do you get those teeth? And it's been 200 years since, like, okay, this did another thing that I really hate, and this is going to be me as the writer being bitchy. I really hate when it's been the end of the world and only a few generations have passed, but oh, we forgot everything. It's in the shady past. Motherfucker, 500 to 1,000 years pass, and then it's in the shady past that no one remembers. 200 years ago was 1815. We have so much knowledge about 1815. And it was 200 years ago. They're like, oh, the founders are mysterious, and we don't know how the caste system was set up because nobody bothered to speak to the next generation. Oh, it just pisses me off.
Like 200 years ago was 4 or 5 generations.
Mm-hmm.
That's That's ridiculous.
I was fairly sure after seeing the first one, although I haven't seen it in a long time, that basically they set up the city and then the caste system sort of evolved. But in this one, it's like, oh no, we set it up like this deliberately. So my guess is that actually the city Chicago was bought by a crazy cult, and the rest of the world just left them alone, and that was it. You know, it's a bit like if the aliens bought Pittsburgh. Everyone was just like
Pittsburgh after all.
It reminds me of the Utopia experiment, which was actually a good read.
I think we read that in high school.
Yeah. The one about the guy who sets up a thing and has a nervous breakdown and shit. It's great.
The only thing that could have redeemed this is at the end, it was a girl, or there was instead of a girl, it was a guy who said, "Hello, I'm Harry Seldon." I was like, yes! And if you got that, you're awesome. If you don't, well, you should probably read Isaac Asimov's Foundation novels. Then shouldn't you read them? But anyway, yeah, so
in the last one, we were pretty sure as well that the farming was happening outside the wall, but apparently this it's only about 40 foot tall, and it has like massive pylons on top
it's like
of it.
50 people. 50 people are supplying all of the agriculture for everybody.
And they're doing this inside the wall that is apparently going through Lake Michigan and also
There's a river. There's a river there too.
it has enough arable land inside it to feed many people. And
Well, if you let the suburbs go to waste, like a small
the skyscrapers as well.
That's just another day in suburbia.
Will spring up. But like, also here's the thing: like they have like these big tables in the dome where all the farmers go and sit with like these improbably large like jugs of salad dressing, and I realized the salad dressing bottles with like the little widget tops, you can get them for $1.99 at IKEA. Like seriously, in the IKEA marketplace in the basement. I have one.
I have that one. I use the water bottle.
Yeah.
There's this bit, there's this bit where this woman's taking all these trials to become the ultimate Divergent thing and open a fucking box. And, you know, I was really hoping that Doug Bradley would be inside and he'd be like, just pain to some angels to some, demons to others, and then, you know, fire fucking chains at people and kill them. But
Is that the Cenobites?
yes.
Okay.
But that didn't happen. But this woman has to go through these 5 tests and
Which
trials.
are so fucking easy. Like, here's the thing. How is this? Okay, the Dauntless one I could get because you have
The
to do
Dauntless one
physical.
should have been the easiest.
But you have to do physical running.
She's done that
joined
before.
Dauntless
She
and
did
then she went
that.
through a year of
Well, that's
physical
what she did
training with
first.
She-
Dauntless.
yeah.
Like the other ones,
passed
like,
that one.
to be like the ultimate judge, you just have to be honest.
Say something honestly in a
Like
conversation.
literally, like how do people go into this and fucking fail?
And then-
like I can see failing the Dauntless one if you're out of shape and a fat fucker like me.
Oh, and to win the Mercy one, you just
to
don't
be
kill
nice.
that guy who was a bit of a dick.
Yeah, like
Just say, wait.
To be fair,
Don't kill him,
Miles
Donovan.
Taylor is really hard to not kill if you
Yeah.
get the chance.
is that,
He has
is that
the
the, is
face
that the
that
wormy
you-
kid? Is that the wormy kid?
The one that looks
Yeah.
like a young Shia LaBeouf.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but the I
Actual
think
cannibal
inside the Dauntless version, you've got her mom is inside a fucking house which is on fire and starts flying, and she's trying to climb into it to save her mom. And it looked like the most gritty and badass reboot of Up I have ever seen.
Nice.
And
And it was bad because we were seeing it in Derry and nobody shouted things at the screen. I feel like I want my money back.
And then they have the farm version and the farmer people one, and
It's just being nice. I wanted to see
Be
fucking
nice and don't
Farm
punch yourself
Simulator
in the face.
2015 for the PS4.
Yeah.
I wanted to see it be Farmville. Did you raise the chicken right? No, you fail, motherfucker, and you die in the simulation because you're shit as a
That's when
farmer.
you just gotta not punch yourself in the face.
you didn't do crop rotation. Now your soil is lacking in nitrates.
Ah, poor irrigation. Fail. But here's the thing, though. I hated the main character because she was, oh my god, she was so pandering to every single girl in the audience because she's so
She is-
special, but she doesn't want to be special, but she's so special, but everyone who loves her
And she's
will
got
die,
one
and she's
droopy
so
eye.
guilty. But here's the thing, though. She goes to one of the final simulations, and it's, you know, the big bad bureaucrat bad guy is like, well, things and stuff. And she's like, I won't fight you. I know how to win this. I'm not going to fight you again. She's like, oh, you don't have to fight me. You have to fight her. And it's like Dark Link version of her. And I'm like, I actually leaned over and said to Hagan, I was like, oh my god, every girl under the age of 18 in the audience just came. Because that's basically telling you, every teenage girl, your worst enemy is yourself.
The worst thing I hate about protagonists like this, and I said the same thing whenever I first read Twilight, you can literally replace the protagonist with a brick.
Yeah.
And
But with good hair.
it would, a brick with good hair, and it would make absolutely no difference. She has no personality apart from, I hate myself. I can't forgive myself because I shot a guy in self-defense and didn't pointlessly die whenever my parents were being executed. I hate myself.
I found really confusing that the bad guys invented guns that can knock everyone out unless, except for Divergent. So it's like, okay, we just shoot into a crowd. Anyone who's not, everyone who runs away and hides and shit, they're the ones we're trying to catch. It's like, oh, well done. They're still running and hiding. You're no closer to catching them.
But the arbitrary thing, the arbitrary testing of how you pick your faction in the first place, you have to take this hallucinogenic, then decide how to deal with being attacked by a dog. But in the last year, we've had the time to come up with this face scanner that goes Divergent.
No,
not Divergent.
But you can't fix a fucking skyscraper.
This is the world if it was taken over by those rabid fans of the Myers-Briggs. Think about it.
I don't know.
But it's one of those. It's a personality test that actually is not very well based in like the Big Five tested cycle. I'm gonna give a lecture, but the Myers-Briggs is fine, but don't base your life on it. But I know people who basically base their life off the Myers-Briggs personality test, and you shouldn't do that. Shut up. All right, go ahead, Robyn. Talk about crime.
Okay, here's the thing. If you're going to assassinate the leader of a large group, the first mistake everybody makes is trying to do that in their headquarters. Now, I hate to be the one to point this out, but even if you're the leader of a large faction of people, you have movement. You spend time outside of this building. Only the most paranoid fuckers in the world will do this, and she didn't know she was actively being hunted by an army for an assassination. Well, they had 175 members of Dauntless. Dauntless does weapons training, and they had access to rifles. They have less than 175 skyscrapers. Get 3 guys on top of each skyscraper and an 8-hour shift rotation. Have one person in charge of comms, one person with a rifle, one spotter. That's fine. Maybe you need 6 guys per skyscraper then. But just track her movements. As soon as she leaves the building, shoot her in the fucking head.
But that's not special and heroic.
I don't understand why they hate Divergent so much, because all they're doing is they decided to mark for death the people who are too efficient at doing shit, who are too good, and they've left the guys who are factionalists. So by their standards of their society, the factionalists are shit.
Factionalist means you're not good enough to be in any faction. So Divergent means you're good at everything, so you can be in any faction.
So why do they go after the Divergent? This is like, if you've seen The Adventures of Baron Munchausen, the guy when Sting goes and saves about 25 people, and he's going to expect him to get a promotion or something, but Jonathan Pryce has him shot for ruining the self-esteem of all the other soldiers who are expected to live up to his standard. And this is like that. It's like, well, the Divergents just make us feel bad because we're just crap.
They're just too special.
It's like somebody setting up a utopian future, dystopian, where eugenics is in place for kids who'll have mental depravity, and then killing the ones who have an IQ higher than 130 instead.
It's just, it's like, and we were talking about this a little bit before the movie, I don't understand teen novels' recent obsession with classification. Because I sell these books, I have to shelve them, so I end up reading the backs of a lot of them, and it's all about fucking classification. But here's the thing that I was thinking about during one of the CGI heavy sections where I could just trance off. So you had that in Harry Potter. But here's the thing about Harry Potter. Every child had a house. And I was thinking that if someone else had written Harry Potter, if a young American had written Harry Potter, there would be some kind of extra thing that happened to you if you weren't in any house, and that would be Harry, and Harry would be a girl.
That's Hufflepuff.
No, but if you don't fit into any, if you don't even fit into Hufflepuff.
Plus Harry Potter was set in the UK, and it's traditional in UK schools to have houses.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying is, if
I was in a house in school.
So was I. Aiken, yo.
Harlock.
Sorry about that.
I'm afraid Harlock's going to have to fight Aiken now. We were in separate districts and separate schools. I went
to separate cities.
I went to a school where we were all equal because it was all about liberty.
My house used red.
On the theory, my house was purple. On the theory of Harry Potter,
I'm jealous.
Have you heard it recently came out? People are saying that the only way to get into Gryffindor is to choose to be in Gryffindor.
I've heard that on the internet, yeah.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, I think I wish I could be in Gryffindor, and then you'll get put in Gryffindor because you want to be in it. But the thing is that there was no one to whom the Sorting Hat just said, I don't know. Everybody, that's the thing about Harry Potter is everybody had a place. And okay, all the Slytherin are evil and the Hufflepuff are helpful, but at least it made more fucking sense than okay, so you're a soldier, and you're an accountant, and you're a farmer, and you're a judge, and you're an engineer, and there's no other jobs ever.
Oh, no.
Who collects the trash in Chicago?
You forget one thing. You didn't say
the abdicated ones?
In the original, you can take the test tells you where to go, but then you can choose to go somewhere else.
What's the fucking point?
Okay.
If it's genetically in you that it can be scanned by something, But why are there just
then if
5
you choose-
jobs?
if you
There's
ch-
more. Who are the Undertakers of Chicago? I need to know.
Oh, that would probably be the ones
the
that are all dead.
abdication.
Yeah.
The abdication type one.
They were all murdered. They were like their job
So
was
the
charity
city's going to
and
collapse.
charity and looking after people.
But still, there's more jobs than that.
Oh, excitable.
What? Say the thing.
The boss of Candor in this was Johnny Gat from Saints Row. I was so excited. I was like, and there was a bit where he's like, oh, you killed someone, and he had this look on his face, and it was just, I could just tell. It was like, he's just really unimpressed that she's so upset she killed only one person when him and the Saints have killed literally tens of thousands. Oh, Johnny Gat.
Oh, and see, there was a bone thrown to all of the guys who will be dragged to see this movie by their girlfriends because the main guy, he's gonna torture pest. His daddy beat him. Okay, that's actually kind of...
His daddy played Volstagg and Thor.
His dad abused him, which
Who was the
which
best Punisher on screen.
I'm not belittling parental abuse at all. But the thing is that then, we find out that his mom is still alive, and she's the leader of the factionless, and he's like, no, my angst, shut up!
The factionless who look more stylish than the other ones combined. In the first film, they were at least looking homeless.
Yeah,
In this
the
one,
first
it's
one
like,
they were like a collection of homeless guys.
it's like, we're a bunch of
more
chic
resources.
punk rockers.
But like, and then like he stomps, he's like, shut up, Mom. She's like, I'm offering you an army, shut up! And he goes upstairs, and she's like, and she follows after him. And then her poor brother's just sitting there awkwardly with like the leader of the factionless, and he's like, so this is a really great dinner, thank you for cooking for us.
No,
He's the one that I felt the worst for. He's like, oh, she's trying to help. She's like, don't. And like, you get the feeling that like he's just this, like
he's just along
there.
for the ride.
Yeah, and she's always yelling at him, and finally he's like, no, I'm not gonna go with you to kill this woman. And she's like, why? You're my brother, you're my family. He's like, well, everything was fine the way it was, so I'm gonna go back to our faction, the faction I was in, and try to fix everything.
He was.
Yeah, he was.
But I'm thinking it's just the poor actors. Like, I'm trying to remember. Is this Cancer Twilight, or am I in the other thing now? Because him and his sister were a couple in Cancer Twilight.
Oh, okay.
And they were also in the host. One of them was.
Well, probably one of them.
One of them was in
It
the host.
annoyed me.
So
This was basically the host as well.
And there was nothing you could empathize with this girl. Like, literally nothing. Like, she snurfed around and snarfed about and just looked generally like resting bitch face life.
She had the most awkward sex scene I've ever seen in a
my God,
12A
it
movie.
was so bad. I leaned over and I was
It's
like, he's like, I'm gonna go down on you. Don't! I'm Divergent down there. My penis is 100% dauntless, baby. It was just so bad.
and the guy still has the tattoo on his back.
And
when
he looks like he's 27.
He's still got the tattoo on his back, which has all the symbols like showing he's Divergent.
Why would you advertise?
Yes.
Except he's not Divergent.
Well, he is.
Well, he became
Apparently, no,
Divergent.
like she implied he wasn't in this one.
Well, he was Divergent in the first one,
A
but
few people got shot in the
he
head,
was
though.
lightly Divergent. They didn't give him
Dauntless
the
is
full
ridiculous,
thing.
by the way. They're supposed
The
to be like
military,
the
but
They're
They're
the,
military.
like
they're the
crackly,
parkour idiots.
They're supposed to be the military police, but like the first thing you have to do is jump off a building and jump off this speeding train onto a very thin rail and all this other shit. To like, you chose Dauntless. Well, now we're going to make you do expert level parkour.
And if you fail at any of your things, they kick
We've
you
seen
out.
your YouTube videos. Welcome to Dauntless. It's just so stupid and bad. And this
I don't know what
pisses
the
me
training
off.
for the Amity is.
I told you have to raise chickens.
Or oh my god, Candor. They're training things, because the Dauntless training things is fucking
You
insane
have to chop
parkour.
down. You have to chop down a cherry tree.
No, the Candor,
MMA.
The Candor one is basically an e-meter reading from Scientology.
Yes.
It's auditing.
Oh my god.
What about the kind people? What were they called? Abnegation?
Yeah, abdication.
Well, the
Abdication?
Amity people were nice too.
No, but like
They're nice and farmers.
the ones that are dead are the
Oh.
guys that were jobs was to like hand out clothes to the
They-
homeless
they-
and feed people.
Okay, so here's another problem.
They
that I
ran
have,
charity shops.
Because I'm a world builder. Is also you can't eradicate religion in a few generations unless you set out to do so on purpose.
The Klingons did that. They according to their myths in Star Trek
No, I
universe,
mean, like, in
they
the-
literally killed their gods.
No, like in the real life. Like, I'm assuming that at least some of these people were survivors from somewhere else. The first generation of Chicagoans.
They had the technology to set up tests to see what way you think. I'm sure they could wipe religion from your mind.
It's just
They have
so-
guns that shoot nerve control agent.
And these factions
Things
are
into you.
entirely artificial sort of classifications, and you have biological ways to tell who's not in one of those things. This is like the guys at the start of when the car is invented. They develop technology to determine who is going to be able to drive and who is not going to be able to drive. And then later on, people are like, scanning people to work out whether someone can drive at some point. Whether they touched a fucking car or not, it's like, you will be able to drive. You will be able to, you can't.
It's an artificial construct, and then even coming out at the end and being like, spoilers by the way, oh, it was an artificial construct the whole time. Just smacks of lazy world building and lazy writing.
It's
yes,
even more lazy
Roth,
world building.
I said it.
The first one started with, there was a war and everybody died. These are facts. This city was built for us so that we would have refuge and try to rebuild humanity. But no, humanity's alive and well. They just pretended to have a war for your behalf.
Like the Maze Runner all over
They
again.
just you up the ass. It just annoyed me, and I hated everyone, and I hated anyone over 35 is a bad person automatically by default, and it just...
I hated the thing at the end where it's like, yes, we've been lying to you. You're an experiment to find divergent people. People who don't fit into this arbitrary class system that we invented.
We could have basically taken this technology and used it for the good of mankind rather than a 200-year experiment. And pray tell, what was your null hypothesis? What exactly were you testing?
But now you may leave the city, meet up with the rest of humanity. Yay, we're so happy about this.
Where's your control group?
I think this is the same universe as the Hunger Maze.
No, but
Probably.
the Hunger Maze.
Yes.
It is!
No,
I'm telling
straight
you.
up, the reaction
I'm
should have...
telling you, Katniss Everdeen, the Divergent Maze Runner.
the reaction shouldn't have been, yay, we can leave the city. It should be like, what the
You
fuck?
motherfuckers is what it should have been.
What the fuck is going on?
They
This
should
is-
have got the Dauntless and everybody else and
It should have
armed
been
the fuck for war.
it should have
They
been a-
should have all together marched the fuck out of those walls on humanity and said, you what now? Because I tell you what, that's a lawsuit right there.
They should have built planes
saying.
and because the other people in the city, they must be miles and miles and miles away because they never spotted them.
Maybe
But
there's some
sometimes we
reason
see
you can't
lights
go
out
through.
beyond the wall.
And then he got shot. Like, there was this one, like basically every penis in this was, like, pointing like a dowsing rod at her. Except, so this one guy, young black guy who apparently was from the first movie, he's like, hey, what's up? Where's your scary boyfriend? She's like, I don't know.
I don't think he was from the first
Off
movie.
doing scary
I thought he was a
stuff.
candor.
No, he was
No,
a
he was a
Dauntless.
Dauntless.
Because
Oh,
he was
were
like, they were like, oh, it's you. And he's like, yes, I survived. And he's like, oh, so do you mind if I join you in your brooding? He didn't say that, but that's what he implied. And he's like, starts talking, and I'm like, wow, he obviously gets along with her. I leaned over, wait a second, he's from the first movie, right? Is that the gay best friend? Because I'm like, oh wait, it's a guy that shows interest in her, he's gonna die. And what happens? About 10 minutes later, he dies.
No, he didn't die. He got shot with the magic button that made him sleep.
No, but then they shot him in the
He
head.
was an insurgent. He was a divergent.
Yeah, because he was
Yeah.
only 10% divergent. The guy goes, oh, you're nearly normal, and shot him in the head and killed him.
I thought that was a different gander.
No, that was him.
Oh, right.
Because then later, he was in the
What does it fucking matter? Anyway,
I'm just saying.
So this society
Just saying.
arms its Dauntless, its military police with massive personnel carriers, of which they have multiple, but they don't
And they
have
drive
money.
them all over the farm.
They drove them through the fences, through the barns, but they don't have money.
Let's see you make wheat now, assholes.
Yeah, this isn't our only source of food. Fuck you. But no, they drive these all over the place, but the farm can't have fucking tractors.
No,
Yep.
They can have high-spec armored personnel carriers, but no tractors.
it's just.
And the main character woman is so fucking horrified and terrified of the fact that she kills people, and she's like, "You're deadly. They'll know what you really are." And it's like, you're a fucking soldier. You trained to be a soldier. The guy who you
You
shot
chose to be a soldier.
was trying to kill you. Get the fuck over it.
You chose to be a soldier against your
But
test
she's
results.
100% divergent. She's so special.
You're not like an amity little, Hufflepuff asshole who picked up a gun and shot someone because, they were crazy. You
If anyone, it should be the brother because they're getting attacked by faultless, factionless on the train, and like the brother is defending her, and he's like been pinned down. Mate takes a metal rod, fucking beats a guy to death, and he looks at her like, "I just beat a guy to death," and she kind of looks at him like, "Well, you just beat a guy to death." Like seriously.
No, but her being like distracted by killing people, whenever anybody could easily justify the one death she's responsible for and the two that she's blaming herself for. I mean,
So bad. And they gave them this truth serum at one point, and like if you resist telling the truth, it causes you physical pain. And she has the most ugly cry face ever. I mean, I'm sure the actress is a nice girl, but she's like, nah, nah, like, oh,
I killed Will!
Stop.
He was pointing a gun at me and pulling the
She
trigger.
fired at will.
She did.
She did.
But it was just so bad. It was so awful, and I had to.
Oh
go
yeah,
see
the mind
it.
control bullets can also force you to commit suicide.
Yeah.
Because at one point, like three dauntless girls are like standing on a cliff and being like, until Trish, Katniss, whatever is handed in, there will be more deaths. Until she's handed in, there
They
will
can
be
build
more
that, and they cannot repair a fucking skyscraper.
Yeah, like these little radio, they could put you to sleep if you weren't Divergent. They were radio transmitters. They knew your exact location. They were mini stims, so they could force you into a sim. And they also had these little tendrils that if you tried to take it out, wrapped around your nearest artery and killed you.
And then off screen, they were just fixed.
But they don't have helicopters.
But they don't have apparently a metal foil that they can duct tape over the.
And then off screen, someone fixed them.
Yeah, like, oh, by the way, we fixed this. It's not a problem anymore.
The easiest way to fix that is to get a little bit of tinfoil and wrap it around it. Then you've created a mini Faraday cage, and you can no longer receive commands from it.
I
Sorry.
have 4 minutes of battery power left, you guys.
Well, 4 minutes of bitching.
But there's so much more bitching that I have to do.
Stupid movie.
So I hate young adult novels. They're so bad. I liked post-apocalyptica back when it was good. Someone needs to find out if Mick Jagger really does own the rights to Chemical for Leibowitz, and if not, they need to snatch them up and make a movie. I'm just serious.
Post-apocalyptica's gone downhill.
Yeah, but Walter
The
Miller
poster was
first
really
one.
fucking stupid. It's like someone got two action figures
looks
and,
so
and
bad.
glued them together and
They, like,
fucked out
go
a
in different
window.
directions.
Do you know what another big massive hole in this is? If you just sort of went into, I have to pass these 5 tests for all 5 factions. If she'd remembered that they were fucking tests at any point.
And she's like,
It
oh
would've
no,
been I suppose
it's like a
Sam
dream.
confused me.
Well, yeah, she's redoing the Dauntless one. She'd already done that, so that should have been like 2 seconds.
Yeah. It was stupid. It was bad. It didn't end good. And there's another one.
Without Kate Winslet.
I'm gonna go up and look up the wiki and read the spoilers and find out what happens in the next movie.
It's shit.
Yeah, probably.
I guarantee you they'll go out and find the real world, and then the real world will actually be in a worse state than their city was. And
it's
they'll-
Probably.
It's like a societal Truman Show.
But I mean, that can be done well, and the Foundation novels are a good example of that.
They
But,
should have said it in Detroit.
yeah, man.
But
Detroit's already a wasteland.
but wrapping up,
Yeah.
this is really fucking stupid.
It's shit.
My little dystopia.
My little dystopia.
La 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 la. Bubbles. That's.
Bye bye.
Bye.